for this match is Bronco Lubitsch. It has a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the red corner from Minnesota, weighing 240 pounds, grappler number 1. His opponent tonight, from Santa Fe, New Mexico, weighing 293 pounds, Bruiser Brody.
Bruiser Brody against a grappler. Well, what can you say? I'm going to watch the grappler, see if he uses a loaded boot. Bruiser Brody is about as tough as they come. He can take anything. This ought to be a great match. Bronco Lubitsch, the referee, as he watches the grappler come up with a side headlock on Bruiser Brody. Still to come today, the World Tag Team Champions Matt Bourne and Buzz Sawyer, managed by Percy Pringle, against the U.S. Express. Plus, the Dingo Warrior will be here. Zulu Gaddafi, Scott Casey, Steve Simpson, and more. That's all yet to come. Oh, Brody misses that one as the grappler held onto the rope. Bruiser Brody, World Traveler. Armbar. Brody holding on. Brody takes the leg, sweeps it out from underneath the grappler. Grappler down, but as you can see, Brody holding on to that arm. The grappler up on one knee. Now the grappler all the way up. Brody up with him. They back into the corner. It's the grappler in front. The referee, Bronco Lubitsch, says break. And the grappler on the break throws a forearm across the chest. Another one across the chest of Brody. He takes him, whips him across the ring into the turnbuckle. Brody moves, and the shoulder of the grappler into the steel post. Brody reaches in as a grappler up for a slam. Brody covers him up in front with a face lock. Bruiser Brody. Tough-looking character. He holds on to that front face lock of the grappler. This is grappler number 1. Last week we saw grappler number 2. It's Brody backed into the corner. The grappler in front again. The fist to the midsection. Brody comes out, rakes the fingers around the area of the eyes. Big chop from Bruiser Brody. He grabs the grappler by the arm, whips him into the turnbuckle, crossed away. Here comes Brody in, and the grappler kicks him as he caught him coming in with that boot. Forearms by the grappler. Brody whipped into the ropes. A knee. Oh, no. Brody got that big boot up there. Brody with a big boot, knocking the grappler down. That grappler outside the ring, shaking it off. Brody in the ring, pacing back and forth. There's the grappler. He felt that big kick. Grappler slowly makes his way up onto the apron and back in the ring. Brody wants to lock fingers with the grappler. Now let's see if the grappler does it. Brody has that big right hand high in the air. He's inviting the grappler to come over and power it out with him, but no. Brody grabs the grappler, throws him out. Brody takes the grappler out into the crowd. Brody grabs a chair, hits the grappler with it. The grappler comes up kicking in forearms. The grappler has a chair. Here they come, back towards the ring. Brody reaches in, he slams the grappler on the floor. Bruiser Brody takes the grappler, throws him underneath the bottom rope, back into the ring. Here comes big Bruiser Brody in after him. Brody puts that boot to the side of the head. The grappler comes up swinging. Brody on the ropes. The grappler slams the head of Bruiser Brody into the turnbuckle. He does it again. Next week, you'll be seeing more of the great world-class stars and the great wrestling Von Erich family. They'll be here next week, so don't miss it. Grappler Grappler holding on in behind as he holds on to that big head of Bruiser Brody. Brody twisting. Here he comes up. The Grappler still holding on to Grappler with a fist. Brody with a fist. They exchange blows in the center of the ring. Bronco Lubitsch trying to tell him to open those fists up. Neither one of the wrestlers are paying much attention to the referee. There's a knee from the Grappler. Takes Brody. Lays him across that top rope. Forearm to the back by the Grappler's head. Brody laid across that rope. Brody whips the Grappler across the ring. Brody's in front. They collide. Neither man goes down. Over the top went Brody. A big chop. Down goes the Grappler. Bruiser Brody was over the top of the Grappler. Had that big chop. Now he's got him up for a slam. Here comes Brody over to the corner. Brody comes flying out of that corner. Drops that leg across the chest. Here's the count by Bronco Lubitsch, and it's 3. 1, 2, 3. Bruiser Brody has his hand raised as he defeats the Grappler. Stay tuned because it's tag team action. Scott Casey and Steve Simpson together.